Is the entire universe nothing more than a simulation? Could your reality be a digital environment written in lines of code, built from ones and zeros? What if existence itself is a conscious game, designed by higher beings from another timeline? What if every person on Earth is simply a character in a story, following a script you were never allowed to read? What if you already discovered the truth, but your brain edited it out to protect you? Right now, as you listen to this, your brain is already constructing reality for you. As humanity moves deeper into virtual reality and artificial intelligence, this idea has gained powerful momentum. Leading voices in modern technology suggest that it's no longer just speculation. It may be probable. Nick Bostrom has even suggested that unless we are now living in a simulation, our descendants may never run one at all. If that's true, what does it mean for your world? The room around you, the sounds you hear, the thoughts moving quietly through your mind. Questions like these are not new. Long before modern science, humanity wrestled with similar ideas. Many religions, from ancient mythologies to monotheistic traditions, describe a supreme creator shaping reality from nothingness. And while sacred texts never use the word simulation, the underlying concept feels strangely familiar. A powerful entity designs reality from scratch. But what if that creator had reasons to deceive you? Imagine your brain separated from your body, sustained artificially, receiving perfectly simulated signals identical to real sensory input. From your brain's perspective, how could you ever tell whether your experiences were real or simulated? And here's the disturbing part. Your brain doesn't need reality to feel real. Now let's compare that idea to something more familiar. Imagine stepping into a virtual reality game. You put on your headset, and suddenly your senses are pulled into the dark, dusty corridors of an abandoned mansion. You walk through shadowy hallways. The floorboards creak beneath you. Distant whispers echo through the air, sending chills down your spine. Fear feels real. And notice something important. Even while sitting safely where you are now, your imagination can already trigger emotion. It looks real. It sounds real. It might even feel real. But does that make it real? The answer isn't simple. Your fear wasn't fake. Your body reacted as if your life was in danger. So which part was real? The world or the reaction? You willingly suspend disbelief, but only for a while. You don't truly confuse the haunted mansion with your real life. No matter how convincing the illusion becomes, somewhere in your mind you still know it isn't real. Today, designers can create immersive environments capable of tricking our senses, yet the illusion remains fragile. You understand too much to fully mistake a virtual world for reality. And once you know you can exit a simulation, that awareness shapes how you behave inside it. Even when your emotions feel authentic, they feel slightly detached from true reality. However, some scientists challenge this assumption. They argue that if an illusion becomes powerful enough, knowing there's an escape may no longer change your reactions. Return to the haunted house. As you walk through its corridors, a monster suddenly jumps from the darkness. You panic and immediately remove your headset. You've left the virtual world, but how does your body respond? Your heart pounds violently. Your breathing accelerates. Think about it. Your body reacted before your mind could remind you it wasn't real. Even after returning to reality, your brain needs time to recalibrate. It was temporarily fooled by a fabricated environment. The deception wasn't permanent, but for a brief moment, your sense of reality fractured. Could virtual reality ever create a permanent illusion? Could your brain lose the ability to distinguish one reality from another? Instead of labeling one world as real and the other as fake, your mind might begin treating both as separate yet equally valid realities. Instead of asking if simulations are possible, maybe we should ask why they wouldn't exist already. Now imagine jumping 1,000 years into the future. Virtual reality has become a natural part of everyday life. Bulky headsets have disappeared, replaced by sleek glasses that seamlessly transform the world around you. With a single gesture, your surroundings shift from one convincing environment to another. At first, these sensations feel like just another game. But what happens when virtual stimuli become inseparable from everyday life? What if people begin choosing simulated experiences over physical existence? Knowledge gives us confidence, yet your senses are not flawless. They can be misled, they can fail, and they can be rewritten. A virtual universe could, in theory, blend seamlessly with reality until the boundary disappears, until your brain no longer remembers how to distinguish one from the other. It sounds like science fiction, doesn't it? Maybe it is. Yet the rapid evolution of VR technology gives this grand conspiracy a surprisingly solid foundation. Still, one critical obstacle remains. You can always remove the glasses. At any moment, you can switch everything off and return to what you call real life. But in the universe you are experiencing right now, that option doesn't seem to exist. If the simulation hypothesis were true, how could a fabricated reality remain completely hidden from you? For a simulation to be truly convincing, it must achieve several conditions. Above all, it must be perceptually perfect. The illusion must fully persuade your brain. If the brain senses something is wrong, the illusion collapses instantly. There are two main ways a simulated reality could deceive consciousness. One possibility is separating mind from body, placing your awareness into a false environment, while your physical form remains elsewhere. Your body stays in the original reality, while your consciousness unknowingly lives inside a simulated world. That is one scenario. But there is another. Your entire existence, body, mind, and environment, could be generated inside the simulation itself. In that case, everything you know, every atom, every force, every natural law, would exist only within that artificial system. And if both methods are possible, there's a terrifying implication most people never consider. Perhaps you entered the simulation the moment you were born. Once your life ends, you may wake up somewhere else, glasses still on your face, slowly remembering what your true reality was like before. One influential proposal suggests that our universe could be an ancestral simulation, created by a highly advanced future civilization studying its own past. According to this theory, three broad outcomes are possible, and eventually, one of them must be true. If even one advanced civilization exists, then statistically, reality becomes the unlikely option. First, humanity might go extinct before reaching a technologically advanced stage capable of creating such simulations. If that happens, artificial realities of this scale would never exist, meaning we are almost certainly not living in one. Second, humanity might survive long enough to reach that advanced stage, but future civilizations may simply lose interest in recreating their past. They could abandon virtual simulations altogether. If so, again, we would likely not be living in a simulation. But there is a third possibility. Humanity evolves into a highly advanced state and chooses to create countless simulations of earlier history. If that were true, then the probability increases dramatically that our current universe is just one simulated timeline among many, observed or tested by a more advanced intelligence. Perhaps this is the only timeline where dinosaurs disappeared after a meteor strike, or the version of history where Mount Pelée destroyed the city of Saint Pierre within minutes. If such a theory were correct, your entire reality might be only a small fragment of a much larger experiment. Like many theories about existence, this one relies on several assumptions. It assumes advanced civilizations will eventually create artificial realities. It assumes conscious beings could exist inside them. But is such a technological leap even achievable? Right now, we don't know. Artificial intelligence itself remains partly mysterious. If fully developed, AI might allow us to populate simulated worlds with independent entities. Entire universes could be generated, environments capable of evolving in ways similar to our own. And here's the strange paradox. Creating artificial minds might accidentally reveal whether we are artificial too. Some scientists emphasize that there is currently no empirical evidence proving we live in a simulation. Before you assume this is just theory, there's one question nobody can answer. Right now, yes, right now, you are experiencing something that feels undeniably real. But is that proof or just perception? Now, let's set aside the uncertainties for a moment. Imagine that the entire universe truly is a simulation. Every towering building, every breathtaking sunset, every crowded street and traffic jam, nothing more than structured data. Could you ever escape from such a system? Is there a hidden exit? Probably not. You would be trapped inside that simulated reality, the same way a fictional character is confined within their story. Even if that character realized they were inside a game, they couldn't suddenly step into the player's world. They wouldn't climb out of the screen and begin a new life. Maybe escaping isn't the point. Maybe the real question is, would you even want to know if this isn't real? Whether this universe is simulated or not, the reality you experience now may be the only one you will ever truly know.